for his presentation.
Yeah. Mr. Ayoob, thank you for entering into this debate. It's the second one we've had now, and I must say that I'm very pleased to have encountered a gentleman like Mr. Ayoob Karim. Great gentleman, and I do respect everything that he's asking and having questions. There's no possibility that I can get cross for anything that he asks. Ladies and gentlemen, that's exactly why we are here. The question is Jesus God? Is Muhammad a prophet? And who can answer that? And this is something that I've been working on for 3 or 4 years in my investigation to find out, am I in the right religion? Do I believe in pagan gods? Is Jesus just something that was thought out by Greeks and taken over by the Jews? Is Muhammad really a false prophet? And we investigate on these things. And please, as Mr. Ayoob Karim has said here, if I do say anything that offends you, please do not get cross. Come, I'll apologize before the time already. I have no problem with that. But you must understand, we must ask questions. What if we believe in a God that is not a God at all? What if I'm wrong? What if Ayoob is wrong? Where will we end up? Whose mistake is it going to be? Is it going to be the people that taught us that this is God and they were wrong? Can we find out? These are the questions. So this is what I'm doing here tonight, just to show you upon my investigation, what I did to find out, is Jesus God or is Muhammad a prophet? Because if one of those things are correct, I can follow it with safety. But if there's something that's not correct in both of these things, we must keep on investigating upon this. Now, the problem that we have in the modern times is that we're sitting with ancient books, stuff that was written 1,400 years ago, 2,000, 2,800, 3,000 years ago. And we must go back to these books and find out, is Jesus God? Is Muhammad a prophet? So that's all that I can do. And people always criticize me for having presentations and to show people this is what I've read. But I can't stand here and say, listen, I've read this in the Quran and tell you about it, because people might think, but wait, it doesn't sound the way that I know it, so I'll show you. So please, bear with me. We're going to go through the presentations, and then you will see the way that I've investigated it. And these are questions that we must take home and understand that we've got to go through this. Now, I just worked out something. Ayoob nailed it on, he hammered it on the nail. When he said that only prophecies can show us that this is God or this is a prophet. I'm going to show you later on the mistakes that's been made by previous Islamic scholars to presume that somebody can be a prophet because he says that. And we're going to go through that. But I want to show you this one's quite interesting. In the Bible, it gives you a prophetic term to speak about. And God says that I will do nothing if I don't show it to my prophets. I'll tell him nothing will happen. There was wars, pestilence, etc. throughout the ages, and I did not let that happen when I did not tell my prophets about that. Now you can go to the Bible. There's the Bible, Old Testament, New Testament. You'll find that everything that happened in history is concluded by prophecies. Even archaeological evidence that's been discovered today is confirming that prophecy that was given in the Bible 700, 800, 1,000 years before it occurred. It was mentioned in the Bible. Just one thing. The Bible uses the prophetical term of a day. And this day, it says that I will, this one day will equal 1 day, 1 year in your life. Israel was sent into the desert for 40 days. But God says, I will give you 1 year for every day. So whenever the Bible speaks about a day, you must know it is a year. And then we'll go and I'll see, there's a few examples that I've given to you so that you can see that the Bible are using a day and telling you it's a year. And we're going to go to Daniel 12 verse 1, which I showed in 2008 in a presentation. I haven't had any criticism telling me that this is wrong. And it says simply, and from the time that the daily sacrifice shall be taken away, and the abomination that shall be set up, or make desolate shall be set up, there shall be 1,290 days. And it carries on and it says, blessed is he that waiteth and cometh to the 1,300 335 days. Now, interestingly, if we're going to go and find out what happened, when was the daily sacrifice stopped? It was when Nebuchadnezzar attacked Jerusalem in 598. And if we're going to add the 1,290 years, we're going to come to the year 692. Now, 692 is the year that Abd al-Malik completed Dome of the Rock in Jerusalem, next to the Al-Aqsa, on the exact spot where Solomon's temple was. He finished it in 691. So that's quite interesting, and this is what I call a prophecy. And this is why I'm showing you this, because this pulls me more towards the prophecies that have been given in the Bible than what I can find in the Quran. And it carries on to say that 1,335 days will expire, and when we go and look in history, what happened? We will find that the Muslim calendar counted up to 1335, and it ended in 1917 when Jerusalem was freed. Now, I can tell you a lot of things about how Jerusalem was freed by, what's his name? What's it, General? Anyway, I'm going to leave that. Fact of the matter is, Daniel gives us a good prophecy about the Dome of the Rock and the freedom of Jerusalem in 1917 in correlation with the year count 1335. But I am not going to go into that. I just wanted to show you. It was quite interesting. I'm going to carry on with my presentation now. I wanted to know, how will I know if somebody is a prophet? And it was quite interesting. Can you see? I found it quite interestingly that people would call themselves prophets. Here we have Mr. Jim Jones. In 1974, he started a city in Guyana, South America. And he started to dissolve the marriages, separate the husbands and wives and children. And he married off these women to his elders, and he took whatever women he wanted as his wives. Now, in November 1976, there was a congressman from California, America, with concerned family members and friends, and he went with the media to this city or this town in South America. And upon arrival, he started to question Jim Jones. And when they left, they wanted to take a few people with people that wanted to leave. So he knew the game was over now. And Jim Jones instructed people to go out with machine guns and shotguns to kill them all, which he did. And the next day, in November 17, 1978, 909 people were shot, or they committed suicide, they drank poison, they gave this poison to their children, because Jim Jones said, I'm a prophet. Go and kill them, and then let's kill ourselves. Can we call a guy like that a prophet? Quite interesting. We have another one. I think you know this because television was in that stage in South Africa. Mr. Vernon Wayne Howell, David Koresh. And you all know about the, wacko incident in Texas in 1993, where 82 people fought against the Tobacco and Firearm Division of the American law, and everybody got killed. The place burned down. But what's interesting is Mr. Vernon Dowell said, I am the perfect husband for all women. So he separated all the husbands and wives, and he took whoever he wanted to. He even took girls as young as 12 and 14 years old as his women. Okay, and he was a prophet. Now, what do you know? This guy's not lying to us. 82 people died. They didn't think he was lying. They thought he was their savior. He called himself Jesus Christ, incarnated as God on earth. Here's a nice picture for you to see how that place looked. This gentleman, he had the audacity to say that I'm a prophet, again taking all the women that he wants, marrying everybody that he wants, and then he killed a 3-month-old baby with a wooden stake because he thought that was the Antichrist.